Anybody that goes to Las Vegas present day will encounter a moment where they stare down over their recently purchased meal and think, what the f am I paying for? Food prices are out of control and it wasn't always this way on the Las Vegas Strip. Let's take a walk down memory lane and talk about what a meal used to cost, what it costs today, and when resorts started to realize that food can be a pretty significant profit center. Towards the end of the video, I'll let you know where you can still find some of those throwback deals that may even trick you into thinking it's 1990 all over again. I'm too young to remember the glory days of when Vegas meals were still dirt cheap, but thankfully, a damn good deal is not easily forgotten, and Las Vegas veterans love to share these memories on social media. I found a Reddit thread about Vegas prices in 1990 in which users reminisce of their favorite deals of that era. Let's take a walk down memory lane, shall we? First commenter said Circus Buffet used to be 99 cents for breakfast, $1.99 for lunch, and $4.99 for dinner. The lines were ridiculous and the food was pretty bad, but it would fill you up. Another commenter talked about the Main Street Station Buffet. For lunch, they always had brisket, shrimp, and scallops. All that for $9.99, but you could almost always get a comp. And then there was $1 shrimp cocktail and a $7.99 porterhouse at Golden Gate. Another commenter talked about El Cortez and how they used to have a 99-cent eggs, bacon, and hash brown special in the 90s. And then finally, somebody mentioned Sahara offered a $1.99 breakfast buffet in 1997. Make sure you let all of us know in the comments below the best food deal that you remember in the 1990s as well. Now, this is usually when the "but inflation" crowd starts bellowing, so let's go ahead and get in front of that right now. Yes, prices across the goods and services spectrum have increased since 1990, and that is perfectly normal. However, according to the Federal Reserve Bank of Minneapolis and their handy inflation calculator, $1.90 is worth $2.41 today. When we apply that to Las Vegas meals, those 99-cent meals should be $2.39 today. The $1.99 meals, $4.79. You get the idea. Are you finding many deals under $5? I found an LA Times article from 1994 quoting the Circus dinner buffet at $3.99. Using the inflation calculator again, this should only cost $8.46 in today's dollars. It costs about 3 times that at $25, and it's still the cheapest buffet on the Strip and arguably the lowest quality. It's over 6 times more expensive than it was 30 years ago. Food prices have far outpaced inflation in Las Vegas. So when did this start happening? To find some answers, let's look at the Nevada Gaming Control Board's financial abstracts, where resorts report their food revenue and expense numbers. We can get data dating back to 1990 for casinos on the Las Vegas Strip generating at least $1 million in annual revenue. The first year we pulled data in 1990, the food departments of these resorts lost $59 million. I thought maybe it could be an anomaly. The next year they were down $62 million, and they really continued to lose a bunch of cash all the way through the 90s. It did improve towards the end of the decade. They only lost $38 million in 1999. So why was this happening? Well, back then, Vegas dining establishments didn't really follow the principles of a typical entrepreneurial standalone restaurant to make a profit. In Vegas, resort brass saw the function of eating as serving one purpose: to keep people in the casino as long as possible. Prices were artificially low, quality was generally bad, and losing money on food operations was acceptable if they continued to reap massive profits in their casino operations. Because of this, buffets dominated the Las Vegas Strip in the 90s and kept visitors happy. Well, happy enough. Looking back at the Nevada Gaming Control Board's financials again, food revenue exploded at the turn of the century and food operations eventually turned profitable in the year 2000. So what changed? Wolfgang Puck is commonly credited in most foodie circles as the first prominent chef to dip his toes into fine dining in Las Vegas in 1992, opening Spago in the Caesars Forum shops. It was a resounding success, and Puck proved that Las Vegas visitors have an appetite for luxury dining, pun intended. After Puck, the city saw an influx of more prominent chefs coming to town to make their mark. Spago is still in service today, although it has moved to Bellagio. I don't have a great clip of it because I've never been there. If I'm going fancy, I'm going buffet. You can find it right about here. Please don't try to swim there, it's not allowed. Use the sidewalk. The trajectory was set for Vegas to become one of the top food destinations that we see it as today. Food revenue has soared since 2000, and food department profits have continued to accelerate, sans a blip during the pandemic years. As of 2023, the department's profits surpassed $700 million. It's nothing to scoff at considering this was once a lost leader. Going back to 1990, pretty much every casino offered a buffet dining experience, most racing to the bottom on pricing and quality to keep gamblers in their establishment. While the buffet experience has been dwindling for quite some time, COVID exacerbated the trend and delivered the final blow to a few strip resorts including Aria, Mandalay Bay, The Mirage, Planet Hollywood, Treasure Island, Flamingo, Harrah's, and Paris. Today, only 8 buffets remain on the Las Vegas Strip. Except for Circus Circus, all are priced as a destination dining experience, meaning they're priced for profitability and widely regarded as quality, obviously some more than others. Pro tip, ensure you fast before hitting a pricier dinner buffet. A modest breakfast is okay, but don't eat anything leading up to your reservation. There is no worse feeling than walking to your hotel room after a shameful buffet performance, knowing that you didn't leave it all on the table. The food strategy of major casino operators in Las Vegas in 2024 can really be summarized as the following. First, resorts are going to focus on enhancing and maximizing profitability in the establishments they own and operate. Second, they're going to cut loose the clunky, unprofitable dining ventures. And third, they're going to lease that space vacated by the unsuccessful in-house operations to seasoned, independent restaurant operators and reap consistent, recurring rent payments from them. Aria on the Strip and Fremont downtown are 2 examples of resorts that have chosen this path, shutting down their buffets and replacing them with food halls. Aria's Proper Eats food hall boasts a dozen exotic dining options in a sprawling 24,000 square foot facility, while Fremont Food Court has about a half dozen casual establishments. Having eaten at the Fremont buffet a few years ago and having to test their plumbing mid-meal, I can certify they made the right choice. Newer resorts like Fontainebleau and Resorts World on the north end of the Strip elected to have expansive food halls immediately upon opening, offering visitors ample options across the quality and price spectrum. Food halls are becoming commonplace at other resorts as well, including but not limited to Block 16 at Cosmopolitan that has an urban alleyway vibe offering customers variety from around the globe. Forum Food Hall at Caesars offers more casual dining options and it's open late for those looking to feast after a night out on the town. And Italy at Park MGM gives the feel of an authentic Italian marketplace with meals cooked in real time in front of patrons and robust wine options to pair with your meal. If you read the press releases, the executive jargon spins the onslaught of food courts as maximizing dynamic dining and optionality. A lot of buzzwords. While that's all technically true, let's be real. Executives are transitioning because it's better business to eliminate in-house, lackluster food operations and shift to a more consistent cash flow through rental payments from the independent restaurant tenants leasing these spaces. But as a consumer, while you'll have more options, it will come at a cost. Restaurants are motivated by profits, not your casino losses, and they're going to be filling these spaces and they'll be paying top dollar rent for their lease in highly trafficked corridors and walkways, and it's only logical that you'll see the menu prices reflect their elevated costs of conducting their business in top tier locations with the highest foot traffic. Thankfully, there are still a few deals that will save you money and sustain you during your stay on the Strip and downtown. Let's start with the Strip and specifically at the Miracle Mile shops where there's a treasure trove of good solid deals. Blondie's at the Miracle Mile offers a $4.99 breakfast. La Salsa, they have a $6.99 breakfast on weekdays. Ocean One features a $5.99 lunch menu. Village Pub and Cafe at Ellis Island is rumored to have a $9.99 steak and egg special. Casino Royale has a $3.49 long hot dog, and Slots of Fun, a little further north on the Strip, offers $2 hot dogs, popcorn, and shrimp cocktail. If you're staying downtown, you can go to Tony Roma's in Fremont Casino, where they offer a $10.99 prime rib special. Lanai Express at Fremont has a $2.99 shrimp cocktail. Seagulls at El Cortez has a $19.95 prime rib deal. Downtown Grand has a hot dog and beer combo for $2. And then Freedom Beat, also at Downtown Grand, they have a $14.99 prime rib special if you have 25 loyalty reward points in their casino. If you have a gambling budget and you're staying downtown, it's probably worth going over to Downtown Grand, putting a few bucks into their slots or table games and making sure that you can tap into that prime rib deal. If I'm missing any good deals or something new has come about since I've published this video, let us all know in the comments. I'm sure a lot of people watching this video and reading the comments would love to know about it. Also, if you're coming to Vegas and looking to be frugal and you're always trying to find the best deals, check out our video about budgeting in Las Vegas. We also discuss ways to save on drinks, transportation, and of course, gambling. The casino is no longer the overwhelming cash cow for resorts in Las Vegas. Lodging, drinking, and eating are now material pieces of the revenue pie, and this transition has been in motion for decades. Las Vegas is a dining destination as much as it is a gambling one. Food prices in Las Vegas have far outpaced inflation. I expect this trend to continue as resorts focus on enhancing their in-house, profitable dining operations, repositioning vacant space as food courts, and expanding lease options to experienced restaurant operators. While there are still some deals to be had on the Strip and Fremont Street, this is really the exception now. It's not the norm like it used to be, and those nostalgic about Las Vegas of yesteryear are gonna have to come to terms. This is the new reality. Thank you so much for watching the entire video as we dove into the history of Las Vegas dining. Really appreciate your time and attention, and we'll see you next time.